Boys and girls, it's Marvelous Monday, March 30th, and it's our fourth week of e-learning, which is really hard to believe. Today, our post, we have a few new activities. So it might seem like a lot. We are introducing poetry. We're also trying again to do a photograph analysis, which I'll go over in just a bit. So there's a lot of tutorials to really help you through this. So just a reminder, take some breaks. Maybe do your ELA, take a break, do your math, take a break, go to your poetry, take a break, then your social studies, take a break. Just keep in mind your poetry assignment is not due until Wednesday. So if today just seemed like a lot and because it's a Monday, then don't do your poetry assignment until tomorrow because again, it's not due until Wednesday. All right, let's get started. So remember to go to the Heathcote Gateway e-learning options. Today I want to also point out that Dr. Schultz has an assignment waiting for you, so please make sure to visit her assignment. And I'll go to that so you can see what it looks like. Okay, it looks like a really fun activity. What is a typewriter and can you play it? And you could see it's really interesting and very creative, so have fun with that. Today our Zoom session is at 11 a.m. with Mr. Casal. He will be leading the Zoom session. The format's going to look like this. 1, general questions, so please have your questions ready. 2, any more questions with Seesaw. 3, how to post a picture in your blog, because that is something that we are doing this week. So those are the 3 things that we will mostly focus on, and we'll see how we do during our session. There is a new chart for this week, so look in your social studies folder, and the Zoom session and updated link will be in that folder. After our Zoom today, I would like to see, we're back to starting 1. I just need to see student 19 first, and then students 1 through 4 today after our lesson. So please stick around after our lesson. If someone still has a question and they don't feel it was answered, please also stick around and your question will be answered first. Continue with our class Padlet. If there's any troubleshooting or just something doesn't seem right during the day, shoot me a question and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I wanted to add this chart. I know most of you know it looks familiar because we've pasted it in our notebooks, which are in school, but it's the story elements of fiction books. And this is really what identifies what makes a fiction book. So really look at this carefully and think about it as you are reading your books. Last week we learned as we come to the end of a story, we're going to expect tension to reach the climax, which is the boiling point. So I just recap our lesson and what we learned from Friday because it seems so long ago. So just reread this. It just brings us back to Opal and what happened with her and her dad and the relationship and how she was tested. I also put the anchor chart here just in case you didn't print it last week. Here it is again. It just helps you and guides you to know what to do as a reader in the beginning, middle, and end of a story. If you're out of ink, if you're out of paper, then just don't worry about printing. Then just make sure you come back to your blog post and use this to help you depending where you are in your story. Remember, your independent book, you should be reading for 30 minutes. If you're having trouble with that, remember you can get books through the Scarsdale Library delivered to you, or if you want to order books ahead of time on Amazon, that might be another great option to have books at hand. So just make sure you're meeting up with your book club members sometime today. Because of Winn-Dixie, we have 2 chapters left. They're in your folder. Makes me sad that we came to the end, but the last 2 chapters are in your reading folder, so enjoy those last 2 chapters. We're going to try something a little different today. Mrs. Luciano will do our reading lesson for today, and she's going to teach you as the story comes to an end, the main character has to resolve his or her big problem. So readers are going to notice what strength did a character have to solve this problem? And how has the character changed? So watch the video below. Mrs. Luciano will go through this. She will use chapter 26 to guide you along this, and she will model how to pause and think with the beginning of the chapter as well. So please follow along. You can stop the video at 4:32 if you already listened to my read aloud on chapter 26. If you did not get to listen to my chapter 26, then you can continue to Miss Luciano's entire video because she will read the rest of the chapter on this video. I also shared in your social studies folder 2 slides that you can copy and paste into your e-learning, and it's also here. Here's the link. So either one is fine. And after watching the video, you'll know how to complete them, but I'll have you just look quickly what it looks like. Okay, this slide you will have to talk about how Opal has changed from the beginning, or how does she change with feeling from the beginning to the end, and really explain the why. And this slide you can use in your independent book, a character. How did that character's feelings change from the beginning to the end, and why? If you feel like your character hasn't changed yet, or their feelings have changed yet, then use a book that you've already read to help you practice this format. It's really important to think about those characters, how they changed. And we did this a lot with Dig In Dinos. I also have a picture here just to help you with those writing prompts if you need them for down the future. Here's our menu of once you finish reading for 30 minutes your independent book, then here are other options to read more if you have time. We are starting our new reading and writing unit, and Miss Mangan launches it with just explaining what is poetry. So your assignment for today will be to make a heart map, and after the video you'll understand what that means. And what we did is we put 4 videos of all the 3rd grade teachers with their heart maps. So have fun looking at our heart maps. We did this on our nice rainy Sunday, so it was a lot of fun. It was pretty therapeutic to color it in and really brainstorm some ideas that are close to our heart. We also have a heart map template for you to print. Okay, so that link will bring you to this, and that heart template you will print and you'll know what to do once you see Miss Mangan's video. I also wanted to include some questions. Let's say you're still stuck on what to put in your heart map. Remember, you're writing from your heart, but here are some other questions that can guide you if you're really stuck. So read through them and see if any of them really speak to your heart. Your heart map, colored and should be neat, is due Wednesday, so remember to post it in your e-learning slideshow under ELA. On Wednesday, I will go over a seesaw activity that we will do that I would like you to try and voice over your heart map, but we'll go over that on Wednesday. So for now, just have your heart map ready and posted by Wednesday. Our writing, most of us have already posted on our blog, but this is for anyone who hasn't had a chance. It's due Friday. Remember, this is not a summary of your book. This is a reflection about you as a reader. What are you doing as a reader? And that's the higher thinking we've really been focusing on last week. Maybe it's a story mountain. Maybe you really jotted down about characters' reactions to their problems. Or maybe you made a relationship timeline to show positive and negative relationships to the main character. Or maybe you want to share your secondary character organizer to show us the advisors, sidekicks, or challengers. So in your blog post, it's more of a reflection about your jots. So while you're writing that, I want you to also include a picture of one of those jots, any of these. And today with Mr. Casal, he will show us how you can add a picture into your blog. All of this will be due by Friday. So I do expect some really good reflections. 1 or 2 sentences is not enough for a week and a half assignment. Since this will be a week and a half when it's due, I really want some thoughtful thinking about you as a reader. So even if you posted something, this is a good time to go back and really say, did I put enough effort into this assignment? Math, we are summarizing our area concepts before we teach you one more new skill tomorrow. So watch this fun math antics video that summarizes everything and click on this link, which is another video to help you with the different squared units like square yards, square meters, square feet, square inches, and square centimeters. We think this will really wrap up this concept for you. And you have 3 math word problems. Please pay attention. You need to read really carefully, and we're really trying to see if you know how to think about your units. Okay, so again, you're going to copy and paste these into your e-learning. Here's the question. You just need to figure out the answer for these two sections. This one's a little bit easier, and then it gets harder and harder as we move on to problems. Read this carefully. You're not using this picture per se, so I gave you a tip. Draw the school field first and think about your units. We're really going to be strict about labeling correctly. A lot of you are not labeling area properly, so really pay attention to the units. In problem 3, now you don't have any pictures, so I gave you another tip. Draw a rectangle and label it first before you answer the question. You can make a text box here and show all your work. Again, we're looking to see, look at the units, we're looking to see, do you truly understand how to label and mark your units when you're finding area? Okay, so that's your math. Reflex math, continue. 3 dots are due by Friday. Some of you really need to focus on that. Just remember it's important to practice your math facts. But congratulations, our class solved 185,889 facts in total. It's outstanding. So I'm really proud of you. So keep working hard. A lot of you are done, and some of you are still working towards 100% fluency on all levels. Once you get 100% fluent, I will bump you up to the next level. Social studies. Miss Luciano is going to do this lesson below. Miss Luciano is reviewing how to analyze a photograph. This is really hard. And a couple weeks ago, we had a photograph of the colonial village. And Miss Luciano is going to model how to really observe a photograph or an illustration such as this. So she's going to go through that in detail. So first, watch her lesson. And then down below, there is a photo analysis that you will need to look at. So let me see if I can find that here for you. Okay, so in that link, after watching the lesson, you will then need to do another analysis on this photograph. So remember everything that Ms. Luciano teaches you, and then you will do your Seek, Think, Wonder. Notice for the C, what do you see with the people, the objects, the activities? What do you think the people are doing, and list it, and then your wonders and questions will go here. Now, the See, Think, Wonder in the slideshow might be a little tight to write, so I also offered you a See, Think, Wonder template that you can print out if that's easier for you just to handwrite, take a picture, and then put into your e-learning slideshow under social studies. Wow, that seemed like a lot. So there's more tutorials, so please watch them carefully. We hope that you understand everything more clearly that way. And we just, the teachers discussed what do we need to work better on, and we definitely felt like a photograph analysis is something that we really need to work more on before we analyze other things like documents. So enjoy these activities. There's no spelling this week. We felt like you had enough to do for this week. So focus on your reading, your poetry, your math, and your photo analysis. And I'll see you at 11 with Mr. Casal. I can't wait to see everyone. Talk to you soon.